General William Booth Enters into Heaven is a poem Lindsay wrote about the man who founded the Salvation Army. What Lindsay believed was to help each other, to help our citizens, to help our friends and neighbors. The Salvation Army was such an essential organization. So Lindsay really wanted to celebrate who Booth was, and so the poem does that, and it does it in a classic Lindsay fashion, becoming bombastic at times and passionate and never ashamed about the passion and rapture that Lindsay felt and that Booth felt for Salvation Army. Lindsay would put himself as the poet inside the mind of the character, in this case Booth, that he was writing about, and he became the poem through his words. So for him, General William Booth was someone who sang and shouted. So Lindsay would throw himself into the entire poem in a way that he could illuminate what the journey was for General William Booth and how he became blinded himself and yet still could see a future where the Salvation Army could help the downtrodden.
Booth led boldly with his big bass drum. Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? The saints smiled gravely and they said, He's come. Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Walking lepers followed rank on rank, lurching bravos from the ditches dank, drabs from the alleyways and drug fiends pale, mind still passion-ridden, soul powers frail, vermin-eaten saints with moldy breath, unwashed legions with the ways of death. Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Every slum had sent its half a score. The round world over, Booth had groaned for more. Every banner that the wide world flies bloomed with glory and transcendent dyes. Big voiced lasses made the banjos bang. Trance-fanatical they shrieked and sang. Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Hallelujah! It was queer to see bold-necked convicts with the land made free, loons with trumpets blare, 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 on, upward through the golden air. Booth died blind, and still by faith he trod, eyes still dazzled by the ways of God. Booth led boldly, and he looked the chief, eagle countenance in sharp relief, beard a-flying, air of high command, unabated in that holy land. Jesus came from out the courthouse door and stretched his hands above the passing poor. Booth saw not, but led his queer ones there round and round the mighty courthouse square. Then, in an instant, all that blear review marched on spotless, clad in raiment new. The lame were straightened, withered limbs uncurled, and blind eyes opened on a new, sweet world. Drabs and vixens in a flesh made whole. Gone was the weasel head, the snout, the jowl. Sages and sibyls now, and athletes clean, rulers of empires and of forests green. The hosts were sandaled and their wings were fire. Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Both their noise played havoc with the angel choir. Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Oh, shout salvation, it was good to see. Kings and princes by the land set free. The banjos rattled and the tambourines jing, jing, jingled in the hands of queens. And when Booth halted by the curb for prayer, he saw his master through the flag-filled air. Christ came gently with a robe and crown for Booth the soldier, while the throng knelt down. He saw King Jesus. They were face to face. And he knelt a-weeping in that holy place. Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb?